Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. Happy Monday, Manifesting Monday. And I have manifested a cold, so I'm trying to shake that, but I'm going to do the best I can with being with you today. Good morning to Deirdre, Catherine, Kathy Hand, Blue Jean, Brandy. Let's do a good start to the day. Hello, Annie7. All right, let's go into our hearts. Cookie, hi, darling. Andrea, Greg, I'm so glad you all are here. All right, let's go into our hearts. Breathe in love and breathe out love. Breathe in peace and breathe out peace. Breathe in joy and shine that joy out into the world. Put a smile on your face. And what do? We hug somebody. That's our beautiful morning routine. So bring somebody into your heart. Give them a big old heart hug. And let's just share some of our love from our heart this morning. Oh, thank you, Brookie. Yeah, I felt it happening last night. I've doctored myself up with my medicine that I always use to knock it out of me and make it a short-term thing. So I'm going to intend that. It's going to be gone before I even know it was here. I'm around a little baby right now, and you know how kids are germ factories. so so that's what's going on, plus all the stress, I think, from the flooding. Yeah, it's been an interesting few days for sure. Good morning, Jennifer Langren. All right, so cheers everyone on this beautiful Monday, whatever's going on. We have white stuff on the ground. So after the flooding, we got the snow. And we're getting more snow later this week. So yeah, the fun never stops, and that's okay. I don't want it to stop. I want life to always be fun, adventuresome, whatever happens. So we're going to talk about manifesting today. Good morning, Sherry. I can try to read the message from them last night. It's not terribly long, so why don't I do that? If you can put up with my throat. The message is called Together We Can Move Mountains. Mother Teresa said, I can do things you cannot. You can do things I cannot. Together we can do great things. I love this message. I've just come through another harrowing experience of life. I'd planned to visit my sister in Kentucky, so I packed up and started to drive from Tennessee in spite of the weather calling for rain. Driving in rain is not my favorite thing to do, but I thought once I made it over the Virginia mountainside, it would be a breeze. The further I got up the mountain, the more I realized that this was not just a little rain. It had rained for a solid week in the Appalachian Mountains, and the river was talking about it. It was so swollen and angry. I had not seen this with my own eyes since I was a child when I went through the flood of 1963 here in Harlan. The closer I got to the Kentucky state line, the more water I had to drive through on the roadway. Water was cascading down the sides of the mountain, and it was like seeing 100 waterfalls all at once. Despite its beauty, I knew that all that water had to go somewhere, and go it did. I arrived safely at my sister's house, but that night, pretty much all roads were closed in the area. The Harlan floodgate was closed so as to stem some of the flooding. Lives were lost as people became stranded trying to drive through the water. It was a night spent in prayer and asking for the rains to stop. So I called upon my spiritual community, the P's, to pray. I know it was no accident that I was here at this time. Over the last 6 months, I've been in places where there were hurricanes, tornado watches, and now major flooding. Dear angels, I know that there is power in partnership, in unity, in stepping beyond our own limitations and joining hands with others. Even Jesus, in his earthly ministry, did not walk alone. He gathered disciples, each with different gifts, to carry forth the mission of love, healing, and salvation. This calling, the Peace on Earth Tour, is about so much more than the name implies. It's about coming together of a community of lightworkers with a sacred synergy. A flame alone may light a single room, but together we can ignite the world as we serve the greater good wherever spirit leads us to be. Dear ones, when you shift your focus from what can I accomplish to what can we accomplish together, miracles unfold. The world does not need lone warriors. It needs kindred spirits who see the divine spark in each other, who celebrate differences instead of fearing them, and who recognize that in unity there is unlimited possibility. God has placed divine partnerships in your path. Look for them, co create with them. The angels whisper, what if today, instead of focusing on what you lack, you embrace what others bring? What if you step into your divine role with confidence, knowing that someone else's gift will complete the picture? We encourage you to walk together, uplift and support one another. Watch the miracles unfold into a masterpiece of love, faith, and service that reflects the very heart of God. Because alone you can do something, but together you can do great things. Dear angels, today I promise to continue to show up wherever Spirit guides me to go with the P's by my side. And you are. You're always by my side. You're always with me, no matter what I'm doing, where I'm at, what's going on. You're right there because I live it out loud and I bring you right along for the journey. And I'm so happy that you are here. And we have other people that came in while I was reading that. Good morning, Lillian. Sherry, I think I said good morning to you, but hello to Sherry Graham. And Susie Koff, good morning. Kathy Hand, thank you, honey. Yeah, I don't get sick very often, but this one kind of snuck up on me. I'm not surprised because it is very cold and a lot of stress going on with what's happening around me. Isabel, good morning. Joanne, good morning. And Brandy. Oh, Brandy, I hope you can stick around for a little while, honey. We're going to talk about manifesting. Auntie G, good morning. Hope Wellington Marshall, hello, and a wonderful day to you as well. Leo, good morning. Julie Kiss, hello. Julie, are you still in Florida? I hope you are, because I know this is some wicked weather that's coming in up north. Okay. I just realized I don't have my Kuan Yin cards by me, and I'm not sure exactly where they are, but I'll have those back on tomorrow. Right now, we are going to talk about manifesting, because this is Manifesting Monday. So I've got some tips and tools for you. I hope you got pencil and paper to write them down with. If not, take a minute and grab some. Grab something, or you can come back and rewatch the show, and then you can jot them down so that you remember. Oh, thank you, Lillian. I appreciate all of you, and Julie. Thank you. I know it's not going to last. I know it's going to be over before I know it, because I know how to knock it out of me and how to take care of myself. You were very sick yesterday? Yeah, it started yesterday. I started sneezing and coughing, and thinking, what the heck is this? That's different for me. But it's okay. It's all right. I still keep going like the Energizer Bunny. Y'all know that. Linda Lemieux, good morning. Marietta, hi, darling. And hello, Charlie Coons. All right. So let's talk about manifesting. First of all, what does it mean to manifest? What does it mean to you when you hear that word, manifest or manifestation? Type in the comments. Let me know what you think manifesting is all about. And I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. I want to talk about a couple of ways that I have used and still do. I use methods to manifest, and some of them I think work more powerfully than others. Some methods I've tried and discarded because maybe it was just too complicated or I just didn't resonate with it. And that's the thing is find what you resonate with. You might not resonate with everything that I say, and that's okay because we don't all think alike. We are all individual, unique beings. So Charlie says manifesting is bringing something into your life. That's a very good, concise statement of what manifestation is. Thank you, Charlie. And Leo says, same here, Teri, coughing and sneezing. Had a job yesterday, but my nose kept running, but I knew it'd be over before I knew it. Then when I woke up this morning, I felt a lot better. That intention is powerful, and we do manifest by intentions. Thank you, Leo. Annie says manifesting is coming forth your, maybe bringing forth your wants into reality. Right. Yeah, that's what it is. All right, so let's talk about some of those methods. There's a very powerful one called the 369 technique. Hang on, let me see. Julie's home in New York. Oh boy. Yeah, lots of snow and there's more on the way. And Julie, I hope you get better fast as well. Yeah, fight it off, you guys. I mean, there's lots of ways, holistically, naturally, that you can fight this. And I've been using lemons and honey in my tea and hot water, and that does work a lot. All right, so there you go. Auntie Jean says, what I like about this family, we respect each other's ideas. Absolutely. Okay, so the 369 technique, anybody ever heard of that? Just type in a yes or a no if you know what that means. It's believed that that particular group of numbers, 369, is the quickest way to bring in your manifestation of what you want. It's a way of really solidifying it for yourself. Kathy Hand, sending out messages to the universe and bringing your intentions using positive energy. Exactly, that is manifesting. So the 369 rule, no, Jennifer, you haven't heard of it. Okay, thank you. And Lillian has heard of it. So what it means is you are going to write down, and all of these include writing. So if y'all are not into writing, maybe just try it. Give it a try. Be open-minded. And when you can do that, things are going to happen. So the 369 rule is in the morning, you're going to write down what it is you want to manifest. And it's best to work on one thing at a time. I know sometimes we have a whole bucket full of things that we want to manifest, right? We have a big list. Let's narrow it down to that priority. What is it that you want to see? What do you want to manifest? So the first thing you're going to do is in the morning, you're going to write it down 3 times. Make it concise and short so that this doesn't get to be a burden. I've found that as I've done this technique many times. So in the morning, write down 3 times what you are going to manifest, Use that intention, use that verbiage of you're claiming it, you're owning it. So 3 times in the morning, you're going to write it. 6 times in the afternoon, and then 9 times in the evening. So you're doing this as long as you want, but normally when I try this technique, I use it for a week. If I haven't seen the manifestation within a week, then I rethink, regroup, and I go back at it, maybe looking at it with a different perspective. So that's the 369 technique. Another one, let's see. Kathy says 369 is also popular in sound therapy. I also try to use those numbers when I create healing bracelets. Yeah, there's something very powerful about that grouping of numbers. And I think it all has to do with the triad with 3, which is very spiritual, very high in bringing in what you want. Hope you missed the question. I asked if you were familiar with the 369 technique for manifesting. Okay, so let's move to the next one. The 24-hour rule. And this is one that I get behind and I really love because this one has worked for me over and over and over again. So the 24-hour rule says you need to rethink, reprocess, and rewrite your manifestation declaration. I'm going to call it a declaration, not a wish or a hope, but you're claiming it, you're declaring it. And every day you're going to rethink it. You're going to think about what it is. You're going to reprocess it. Processing is maybe, is this in alignment with me? Is this something that I can totally get behind? Sometimes we have a thought, maybe we see somebody else's manifestation and we think, oh, I would like that too. But maybe that's not your manifestation. Maybe it's time for you to be more original. So rethink, reprocess. Why do you even want to manifest that particular thing? And then rewrite. So every day you're going to do that process. For 24 hours, you are going to think about what it is you want to manifest. I'm not saying obsessively dwell on it, but you're going to think about it throughout that day. Reprocess it and rewrite it every day. Write it down. Even if you've written the exact same words, write it down again. So that's the 24-hour process. And I'm going to do one more. And that one is the 5 by 55. 5 by 55 says that you are going to write down a manifestation statement. And when you write these out, be very specific, be very positive, and like I said, own it, claim it. I am going to receive, and whatever it is then that you're calling in. It could be money, it could be love, it could be a job, it could be friendship, it could be an experience, whatever you want to call it. It could be good health. So you write it down 55 times. And yeah, I know that sounds like a lot. I've done it. Trust me, when you do this technique, you know you're serious about manifesting because it takes discipline to do this. You write it down 55 times and you do that 5 days in a row and then you leave it. And that's another important point about manifesting. You don't just obsessively think about it all the time. You leave it. You say, okay, now I know that it's going to come to me. I put it out there. It's mine. I'm claiming it. And this is what I'm bringing into me. So those are the 3 tips that I have for manifesting. You have the 369 technique, the 5 by 55, and the 24-hour rule. So questions, comments. Let's talk about one thing that I touched on, which was overthinking. Sometimes we can become very compulsive, especially if we want something, right? I want. So we think we have to dwell on it all the time. We think we have to be constantly thinking about it or putting it out there in front of us. Sometimes we do that with vision boards, and that's okay. You can glance at a vision board throughout the day, see what's on there, remind yourself, but to constantly sit and overthink what's going to happen is if it's not showing up right away, what do you think happens? We go into doubt, don't we? That's us. That's the human part of us. We start thinking, it's not going to show up. This is not for me. This wasn't my manifestation. So we start to doubt. And that overthinking leads us into the stinking thinking, where we start saying things like that to ourselves or even to others that, nah, it's not going to happen. So what happens then is overthinking is the opposite of trust. So we get out of the trust mode and we get into the questioning mode and just thinking that, maybe it's not going to happen. And then anxiety kicks in. Well, what did I do wrong? Right? We start to question ourselves. We start to beat ourselves up. Maybe I didn't do it right. And that's a judgment. Stay away from all the judgments. Stay away from um, beating yourself up because you don't see it yet. And then you think, maybe something's wrong with me. Why am I not seeing it? Why can't I manifest like other people do? So stay away from that type of overthinking of it. Auntie Jean, you can do it as often as you want, that 24-hour rule. Maybe your manifestation will show up within 24 hours. Maybe you need a little bit longer for it to really come to you. It's all about divine timing. But if you already have this in process and you're doing the work, remember, we can put a item out there that we want, something that we want to have, and that's great to go into the trust energy. But if we do these steps, we're already ahead of the game because we're putting it out there. I want this, and I'm going to have this. And start using that positive language. I am going to have, and then whatever it is you're going to manifest. Good morning, Sally and Tony. And Annie says, like this with the home I'm renting, I knew what I needed. I kept praying and looking and staying in gratitude, and I didn't know how. And then my landlord called me about the home. That's it. That's the way you manifest. I love it. And yes, we are all very powerful. And Sue says, grateful for our lives and the abundance of love in our world. Yeah. Okay, so there are 5 steps to overcome that stinking thinking, to stop overthinking things. And let's talk about that before we. I don't know if we have time to do any of the books today or not, but that's okay because I think this was important. I promised you all Manifesting Mondays, and I'm doing my best to keep that promise. So, the first step in overcoming that stinking thinking of, it's never going to happen, I'm not the manifester, that's not for me, I can't do it, right? All those negative Nelly thoughts. So, the first step is be aware of how you feel. Self awareness is the beginning of everything, the beginning of getting more emotionally intelligent, the beginning of manifesting and knowing what it is you want to manifest. So, first of all, just be aware. Be aware that I do want this in my life, whatever this is. So, this is individual to you, whatever it is you want to manifest and bring to you. Be aware of it. Why do you want it? What would it do for your life? How would it make your life better? And I know better is a judgment, but how would it add more quality to your life? You might ask yourself that question. All right, so being self aware, and then change those negative thoughts into a positive thought. I've talked about this a lot, you guys. So if you're thinking, this will never happen, change. How can you change that thought? If you have the thought that you're ready to give up, it's not going to come to you, it's not going to happen for you, you can turn that around. Abraham calls it pivoting. And I like that word. I like that image, to see yourself turning around, turn away from that negative thought and say, well, it's possible. So you can take a little step. Instead of saying it's not going to happen, you can say it's possible that it will happen, right? And that's a whole lot more positive than it's never going to happen. So take little baby steps, thinking toward the positive. What if it does happen? What if I actually manifest this? Wouldn't it be great if I manifested this? There are so many ways to turn away from that negative downhill slide into the distrust and go back into faith and belief that it will happen. All right, the third one is to understand if something triggered you. So you might be wanting to manifest something. Maybe it's money, maybe it's, whatever. And then something happens. Maybe somebody else got their manifestation and you didn't. And that brings you into doubt. So understand what your triggers are. A trigger is when you respond to something and it's unconsciously based on what's happened to you in the past. So if you've had an experience, maybe an abandonment experience, maybe it was an unworthy experience where somebody made you feel like you didn't deserve what other people had. So these are all triggers, and you can look and see, oh, this didn't happen for me, so I guess I'm not worthy. So all that negative self-talk will start to kick in when you're triggered. Use a positive mantra. And what are some of those positive mantras? Let's look at that. I can throw a few out there, but you can make your own. You can start saying to yourself, I am confident. I am fit and strong. I am healthy. My immunity is protecting me. I am loved and cherished. I am surrounded by people who care about me. I attract abundance and opportunities. So once you've decided on a mantra to use, you can use more than one, but it's good to focus on one mantra that's very positive, because then you can just keep saying it throughout the day. And if you're using the 369 method, use that mantra as you're writing down whatever your manifestation is that you're wanting to bring in. I am fit and healthy. My health is working to perfection. Oh, cells in my body, they're revving up my energy. So you can find the right mantra to focus on for your manifestation. And this is important, to be doing that self-talk to help yourself to understand things more fully. And then the last one, the fifth tip to overcome the stinking thinking, is gratitude. Just like Sue mentioned earlier, being grateful, waking up grateful every day for another day alive, and letting that gratitude really propel you. Being grateful before you see the manifestation happen. This is important too, because it helps us to go into trust. And when we can say, I'm so grateful that I have everything I need to survive. I have all the money I need to meet my bills. I have everything I need to be healthy in this body. I have everything I need in life because I am so grateful being on this planet that Mother Earth provides everything that we need. Sally, I'm returning to a natural state of myself. That's a great mantra to use. And then if you're working on manifesting health and perfect, great health, then you can use that mantra to just seal that thought in of that manifestation is coming forward. All right, so that's it. What do y'all think? Do you love this Manifesting Monday? I wanted to put something together for you that was clear and concise and that you can grab onto. And if you didn't have a chance to write it down, then re-listen. Listen to this part of it again. It's on the replay in EWN, Enlightened Living. It's on YouTube under Enlightened World Network and on Angel Speakers, Teri Angel, and Angel Speakers YouTube. So you can find it all over the place and find what works for you. That's the important thing. I threw out a few things for you to chew on and see what's best for you, what's aligning with your energy and what you know that you will do. That's important because you don't want to start something and then just drop it in a couple of days. You want to really stick with it. So if it resonates, if it excites you and it makes sense, you'll probably stick with it. So find one of these and go for it. I'd love to hear how it turns out for you. Oh, thank you, Jennifer. You love it. And Hope says, marvelous. And thank you. Thank you for being here. Lillian says, every cell in my body is in perfect health. I do this every morning and night. That's a wonderful mantra to use. I use it as well. I am healthy. I say it all the time. I am healthy. Oh, Annie, thank you, honey. Thank you. I love sharing, and you're my family. Family shares. That's what we do. Oh, Andrea, thank you, sweetie. Yeah, the more we can learn, then the more we know that we can be more productive. We can bring in what it is that our heart desires. So instead of I want, I own it. I know it. It is mine. I claim it. And Blue says, I breathe in the mantras and release what no longer serves. I'm grateful for the blessing that comes to me each day. Breathe in and then release what no longer served. I am loved, abundant, and prosperous. Release what no longer serves, and on and on. I check in with my breathing during the day and see if I am still breathing in my mantra. I started small and then worked up to longer mantras. That's a great, great, great tip. Thank you, Blue. Thank you, Annie. I feel better already. I I'm just deciding and claiming perfect health. And that's my mantra. I am in perfect health right now. And Auntie Jean, you can't wait to do this. Awesome. I want to hear success stories. I want to hear what you all are manifesting. So let's go into our prayer time. Deirdre's already put up our daily prayer for us. And thank you for that, Deirdre. You put it up on the big screen. Prayers for all humans, for Gaia and all who live on her back, for world peace, attention to human trafficking, support for all families living with addiction, and prayers for our United States. Thank you. Lily Ann, no, I didn't see your question, honey. I'm sorry. I was really busy teaching this morning, so I didn't read all the comments, and I will go back through them and see what your question was. All right, so if you have a prayer request, then please put it in so that we know that we are lifting you up. My sister Billy, I'm with her right now, and she's been watching her great grandson, Harlan. He is such a delight. His mama is supposed to be driving up from Georgia, and as you all know, we've had some treacherous weather with the flooding and road closures and all that. So please pray for her as she makes her way up to collect her little one and give Billy some much needed rest. Because taking care of a 14-year-old at our age, it's a challenge. But she's doing great with him. And he's just so beautiful. He's so full of energy and so teachable. And he and I have been getting along pretty good. So I've taught him a few things, and he's taught me a few things. And then we have our blue prayers for all animals, great and small, during this intense weather. Absolutely. I think about that a lot. All of our outside animals, even the inside animals that have to go out to do their business. I let Lycan out this morning and he stood on the porch and said, "What? Why is there white stuff on the ground? And why is it so cold?" Even though he's a husky, he doesn't like the snow and he doesn't like the cold. So go figure, right? But I do think about the outside animals and pray that they are safe, that they can get into shelter, and that all is well during this time of cold and colder. Thank you, Annie, praying for my family and for me. I appreciate that a lot. And hope prayers for the entire family. May we all be successful in our endeavors to stick with whichever process we go with, and so it is. Thank you for that, Hope. Yeah, sticking with it. Persevering, that's a biggie. And it helps to be stubborn. It does. It helps to be really stubborn and say, I'm not giving up. I am going forward. I'm going to keep doing this and see what manifests. I think that's beautiful. Dixie Cunningham, good morning to you. And yes, praying for the area up in Vermont where our Blue Jean is. She's had the snow and now she's having the ice and no fun. And thank you, Sally, for our daily prayers for the lost, the lonely, the unloved, the forgotten, and those living in fear of another, for our homeless, and for all of us to receive a wonderful upload of beautiful light and energy today. I love that. Thank you, Sally. And Lily Ann, prayers for all of my family here and your families, prayers for all in need, prayers for myself, my son Michael, and grandson Gabriel, that they get justice for themselves and their life, and for my daughter Stein, I always mispronounce her name, Stein Jeanette, for all humans, animal, and Mother Gaia, and extra for you to feel better. Thank you, honey. I'm feeling better. It's been great to be here with you all today, this morning. I thought about not doing it, and I said, nope, I am persevering. I am stubborn. So here we are. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Auntie Jean. I will let them know. All right, so let's go into our hearts and lift up these prayers. If you have others, please put them in the comments. We pray for those that are in our spiritual family, our P family, that are struggling physically. And we lift you up for complete and total health and healing. And claim it. Own it. I am healthy. Keep saying that mantra. I am healthy. So let's breathe into our heart, breathing in all the prayers, all the love, slowing down, releasing, letting go of what's not serving you so that you can bring in that which does serve you. And let's see each person that we're praying for in perfect health. Let's see miracles happening in our family and in our world, extending out beyond this family. As we collaborate and bring our gifts together, we can reach that light out into the world. So let's lift our frequency up, 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 higher and higher yet, until we reach that great central sun. And we deliver all of these prayer requests to our Creator. I call it God. You can put any name you wish on that higher being. Bring your prayers, whatever's in your heart. Maybe you haven't spoken it out loud and you're holding something that you would love to see manifest, something you would love to see answered for you. Just bring it and release it. Let it go. Don't hold on to it. Don't overthink it. Just say, I release this with love, and leave it right there. You'll feel lighter when you do. So let's float back now, back to the family, because we've done our mission. We've lifted up prayers, and we let them go. Now let's lift up gratitude. Gratitude for our Mama Gaia. Gratitude for each other. Gratitude for every experience we have in this human body. Even those experiences that were our sandpapers, the ones that didn't feel so good, we give gratitude for them. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you to our Creator. Thank you to the Divine. We love you, we bless you, and we all say amen. Thank you, thank you. That felt good. And now we're going to feel even better because our Leo is going to sing to us. And we know we love our Leo. So let me get him on here, and we'll get on with our manifesting day.
Good morning, Earthlings. It's time to get up and get ready because today's the perfect day to have a
Isabel, I
great day.
see your prayer. Thank you.
Here we go. Come on, let's play. It's a beautiful day. If you woke up this morning, might as well be part of it. We're on a peaceful peace, on our mission for harmony. You and me, mama, be on the lead wherever we may be. We create a portal where we can be together. The heart telephone is always one phone call away.
Thank you, Julie
Working on
Kiss.
the guys, the angels, and the masters. Take a deep breath, we're going into a new dimension. Morning cup full of joy every day. To start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning cup full of joy.
That's right, Sally. I'm healthy, wealthy, and wise.
Morning cup full of joy every day. To start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning cup full of joy with all the bees and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Give me a cup full of joy. Give me a cup full of. Give me a cup full of joy. Give me a cup full of. Cup full of joy, full of light, full of love. Bottomless refuse, spilling out from the top. Here, the coffee's always hot and the trust is always yours. The sun is calling out to play, let's put on a show. Today's a new day, we all part of this game. Let's play to win. Love always is the winning team. And you can side with us, there is always no space in the pot. For more love, take a spot and get the day started. Morning cup full of joy every day. To start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning cup full of joy with all the bees and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Morning cup full of joy every day. To start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA.
Oh, you're welcome, Brookie.
With all the bees and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Give me a cup full of joy. Give me a cup full of. Give me a cup full of joy. Give me a cup full of. Give me a cup full of joy. Give me a cup full of. Give me a cup full of joy. Give me a.
Oh my goodness, yes. The wind. We had it here really bad yesterday.
Simply accept, align, allow.
Hey, y'all, did you do the dance? Sorry, I'm trying to hold my computer still, so I can't do the AAA dance.
Full of joy with all the bees and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Morning cup full of joy every day. To start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning cup full of joy with all the bees and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Give me a cup of joy. Cup of joy.
Thank you, Leo. And hope. And thank you, Deirdre, for helping our Leo at the end of the song. Woo! is right. Let's get on with this beautiful day. And whichever of these tips you choose to use, all of them, one of them, none of them, I hope that you manifest. I hope that you bring that which is in your heart to really enjoy your life. Have that beautiful quality of life that we all desire and want to have. I love you so much. Stay in your hearts. Stay blessed. You are enough.